Up.
Well, like I was talking with you earlier, 12 years ago to the day, the press conference of you saying with this program you want to have practices in June, not press conferences. Well, here you are talking to us, but what does this mean
That
to be
makes me
practicing?
the ultimate prognosticator 12 years later, right? Is this actually probably the first June practice we've ever had in our program? But yeah, that was the vision 12 years ago, and it's pretty cool that you guys are reminding me of that right now because something we've never done before. So pretty cool for the program.
Your players are having a little bit of fun with you, talking about the poison and not listening to the attention. But is that good in a way that message, you hear that it's getting through to them?
It depends on what the poison is. You know, if they get on social media and see that everybody's favoring the Tar Heels to win this super regional, that's good poison. That's good motivation. But if they read about how good they think they are, then that's bad poison. So we don't ever get caught up in that. We just try and do what we've always done: work hard, play with a chip on your shoulder, be the underdog, and try and do something special.
What have these last few days been like for you guys, soaking in the moment, but also trying to stay present?
I don't know. It's been different for me than it has been for the players. They charter everywhere they go now, and I have to ride buses. But it's been cool. What a great experience. That's the reason I wanted to win the regional, and the reason I'd love to win a super regional, for them to experience things that they've never experienced before. And our job as coaches and even as parents is to try and create memories for these guys, and that's kind of what we're doing. And if you were to look behind you right now, you would see a scene that you haven't seen before. Look at these guys. I mean, this is out of control how much fun they're having right now. So, but this isn't unusual for what these guys are like, because as much as they give it to me, I give it right back to them. But no, that's what we do. I don't think there's a program out there that has more fun than the players at West Virginia baseball. I really believe that.
You didn't get on the charter, you rode the bus?
I rode the bus.
Why is that?
I refused to pull a player. It was a 30-seat charter, and I refused to pull a player off of that charter. So I rode the bus. I flew commercial back from Arizona when they chartered, and I had a 3-hour layover in Atlanta when they were home nestled in their beds. So this is about them right now. It'll always be about them. It always has been about them. I want them to have these experiences that I've already had.
But it did look like you had a good noodle bowl there.
I actually borrowed that from Sierra just for the picture.
So you guys traveled separate to Arizona too then?
From Arizona.
Did you travel together to Arizona though? Or?
No, flights got canceled in typical Mountaineer baseball fashion. Flights out of DFW got canceled. We had to take 2 different planes to Tucson, so we had to chop the team in half to get out there. But when you have problems like that, travel problems and logistical problems, that just benefits us, because that's how we've built this program, overcoming stuff like that. So when that happens, we always say advantage Mountaineers. So on the way home, all we could get was a 30-seater, so we put the players on it and 1 responsible adult. And on the way down here, we could only get a 30-seater, so we put the same guys on it.
You have a lot of baseball memories in the state of North Carolina. Can you talk about those?
A ton of them. I actually just walked out to center field and was watching the ball fly off the bat, just like I did in 1986 as a player at Clemson. You know, it just looks the same when the ball comes off the bat. So I've played a lot of games here, I've coached a lot of games here. My time at East Carolina, we played several games here in midweek games, and the Mountaineers have played on this field. And I think it was 2013, one of our big leaguers, John Means, came down here and threw a shutout on this field in a midweek game. So not unfamiliar with this field at all. Have a ton of respect for Coach Forbes and what he's done here. He's a great friend, always has been. He's actually on my coaching tree. I hired Scott Forbes at East Carolina for 17 days before he came back to work with Coach Fox. And I was so happy for him, because he's a Coach Fox guy, and what a perfect fit for this program. Couldn't be happier for him and the success they've had.
With that playing experience here, anything that you can share with your players about playability, outfield dimension, ball flight, things like that?
Not really. They can learn more in that session of batting practice than they can learn from me 40 years ago. The balls have changed, the bats have changed, and so have the players. So, yeah, it's good to have a practice here, and outfielders are chasing balls up against the fence, and guys see the ball coming out of a pitcher's hand. So, yeah, it's great that we could practice here.
How are you guys from a health standpoint? Hussey,
Cloudy to partly cloudy.
anybody, you relievers? I know you were without several last week. Anybody?
We're just hanging on, baby. We're just hanging on. But this time of the year, guys do things that they don't normally do. So if you're a player in this program that's never played in a super regional and something is bothering you, you worry about that when the game's over. But we're just hanging on, baby.
Do you see similarities in pitching styles between Clark and Sprague, the Carolina starter tomorrow night?
Yes and no. I mean, Clark is such a small guy with a huge heart. I don't know the personality of Sprague, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's that guy too. He's just really, really good. From a pitchability standpoint, yeah, it's fastball, command, changeup, occasional slider. So that's the same. I wouldn't be surprised if that kid gets the most out of his ability like Derek does. I'm just not around him every day. Coach Forbes could answer that question.
On the topic of Clark, obviously assuming he goes Friday, what's kind of the rotation looking like for the whole weekend?
Clark. And maybe Clark. No, we're going to go with Clark and probably Switalski in game 2.
What kind of challenges do Carolina's hitters present?
As a coach here, if you want to get depressed, go watch the videos and the scouting report on their hitters. It's depressing how good they are. They're so physical, so competitive, so confident in this park. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And I wouldn't want it any other way for our guys. I want them to think how tough this is going to be, because that's what will motivate them. If they thought it was going to be easy, you wouldn't get the most out of them. It's going to be tough, and I want them to feel that way.